They told me I was jamming now.
This museum began during a Daytona 200 party in 2005. And my friends were telling me, Tom, you should open a museum because you have so many old bikes. And I said, I don't want to open a museum because that requires a job and, you know, paperwork and all kinds of things like that. And I just want to have a fun time with my friends and be around motorcycles. And so right then we were buying this building, and we just decided to just put all the bikes in here and call it a museum without really it being a museum, just for fun. A place to come and hang out with your friends, talk about bikes and barbecue, play pinball, drink a beer, hang out, smoke cigars every once in a while. You know, just a place to come and hang around guys and bike. Okay. So the concept started there, and I got home that night and I got to thinking, you know, a museum, that would be fun. It would be fun, you know, tax deduction. There's enough bikes here. There's enough history here with enough, you know, years of bikes that you can walk in and see a lot of how motorcycles have grown and progressed and changed throughout the years. And most of my current customers weren't even born when most of these bikes were built.
All right.
So to them, they're very old.
Yeah.
So it's a great piece of history.
Can you just show us a little bit?
Sure. Let's start with the Moto Guzzi, which is a fairly significant bike in that 1967 was the first year that America had the twin-cylinder Moto Guzzis. Before that, they were all singles. It's a 700cc, authentic to the point where, you know, it doesn't have the correct painted fenders, and the color is incorrect, but it's still complete, runs perfect. It's very authentic and true. Of course, the carburetors have been changed because the old carburetors were pretty junky.
Right.
You know, things like that, because you have to make the thing still rideable. You know, this Triumph is a 1962, and it's an important bike in the history of Triumph because the separate gearbox, as you see,
which is this one, right?
Exactly, right here. This is the transmission or the gearbox right there, and it's separate from the engine crankcase. So they're called pre-unit Triumphs. And this was the last year of pre-unit Triumphs. It has a magneto ignition, twin carburetors, because it's a Bonneville. You know, the parcel rack on the gas tank. You know, it's a classic motorcycle. And of course, when you collect, typically, the first and last model run of a motorcycle are the most valuable. So this is the last year of production of the pre-unit Triumph. So in that sense, it has some good intrinsic lasting value. This is the Ducati Row. This is about half of the motorcycles that I currently own. This is one of the 3 851s that I have, 91s and 92s.
How many do you have?
Three. Only three, yeah.
Only three, okay. So the 851.
Yeah.
I want to show that.
I seem to like them a lot.
I can't, but...
Yeah, the 907 Passo was donated by one of our local Ducati Cagiva dealers, who's also a KTM and Husqvarna dealer from years ago.
Okay.
That was our first motorcycle ever donated to us by Gresham KTM, Steve Doan. Very, very savvy, well-known, accomplished dealer. It's an important bike. The problem with getting this motorcycle for free was I had to buy the sister to it.
All right.
Which means I went to Las Vegas and bought a 906 Passo from the auction because I had to have its sister bike. This F1 750 is brand new, 1985. It's never been.
Which model is that one?
It's the 2-valve air-cooled with an oil cooler Ducati.
Yeah.
There's only 5 of these built in 1985. It's very, very, very rare. Never raced, never ridden. It does have new tires on it because the old Pirellis rotted off.
Yeah.
And we destroyed the original windshield, transporting it over here, unfortunately. But we have an adequate replacement.
All right.
That's a very rare bike. Yeah, very rare bike. I'm the only owner in America. It went from Ducati and NCR in Milan to Japan to Canada and then to me. And in 1977, the price of this motorcycle was $2,499. It was very expensive compared to the Kawasaki 900 counterpart, or the Kawasaki 1000, the KZ1000s, the Honda 750s. It was far more expensive, and it didn't sell well. They were not, so good of a bike back then. Parts were difficult. The bikes didn't have a lot of quality control, but they were fast, they were Italian, they looked good, they were loud, they were sexy. Mike Halewood raced one. They have a lot of history behind them. They're very desirable motorcycles. Those are magnesium, state-of-the-art magnesium, quick detach front brakes with discs, the same brakes that Kenny Roberts, Randy Mamola were using back in the day.
Wow.
This is a 1980. I'm sorry, 1979 900 SS. It's the exact same bike as the 77, with some very small changes. Of course, the color is different. They have the one-piece cast wheels as compared to the spokes with the Barani rims. The gauges, the instrument panel are slightly different, but essentially exactly the same bike. For several reasons, I expect. One is they didn't sell all of the 77 and 78s, and enough years went by. They had to make them different to sell them. So they put different wheels on them, changed the color, but it's identical bike. This one has a little bit of nice history in that it belonged to Keith Carradine, the famous Hollywood Western actor, and his brother. His brother's name, Keith Carradine's brother, David Carradine's brother, was on the movie, the TV series Kung Fu. That's a nice bike from that. And again, like these tires are 1980 tires. I bought brand new, and I've saved them for all these years to put onto bikes like this. That's a brand new, the proper Pirelli Phantom tires that these bikes came with. It's brand new tires, never used. Brand new. The Ducati Dharma is a bevel drive bike, but it's more Western style with a big tank. Doesn't have rear set pegs, bigger handlebars, bigger seat, and all of that. This bike is very rare as well because it only has 422 original miles. It's a local Portland bike bought by an eccentric collector here, and
422 miles.
So
it's actually never used.
Never used. Only ridden locally. And the original clamshell mufflers, which the 900 SSs came with originally too, the La Franconi clamshells. Everybody took them off immediately because they were very quiet, very power restrictive. They didn't look very good either.